Hi and welcome to my quick review of the MacBook. So we start immediately with turning the MacBook on, and there's the Apple logo coming in, and it's loading for until the password entry screen. There we go, it's 15 seconds straight. Turn in the password and we continue with a system boot, and there we go. Basically it takes 8 seconds from the moment you put in your password. And now we're going straight to the Lightroom. Now this is the first time we switch on the Lightroom in this boot up. It always takes the longest. Second time it's going to take just a few seconds. But the first time it takes a bit of time. Actually, to be precise, it takes, there we go, 18 seconds. And here we are, we're in Lightroom, now we're in the library, and there's about 1300 photos in this library. As you can see, there's no lag when browsing them. In fact, it's really snappy. These are all 16 megabit Fuji RAW files, and as you can see, you can really browse through these very quickly. But we're going to try and play with one. Now again, how I work is that I mainly actually work with sliders in Lightroom. I don't do complicated layers in Photoshop and so on. In fact, I'm just developing the photos, so all my 99% of my work stays in Lightroom. And as you can see, changing the values in the sliders really does have instant feedback. There is no lag. It's very fluid, and it's actually a pleasure to use. So zoom in. It's the first level zoom in, and then let's go more in. It's again instant, and let's do some sharpening now. So pressing Alt to see the radius, which is working fine, quick, and adding quite a bit of sharpening here. Again, in a second or two, it's all done. So let's export. Let's export 5 images. So there's a selection here. Exporting takes a little bit longer, so that's the bit, and we're going to do the full thing here. We're going to actually have the biggest file size possible and see how long it takes. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of time, so let's recap. Up to now we have the boot lasting 15 seconds, and then you enter your password and another 8 seconds and you're in. For me, that's absolutely fine. The first boot up of Lightroom is about 18 seconds, and actually the performance, at least for me, in the Lightroom is quite snappy. And now we're having the export. So far, this usually takes 9 seconds per image with this resolution. And okay, it's actually 40 seconds. So let's go straight into Photoshop. Now I don't really do much in Photoshop, but just so you can see, I'm going to just apply a filter. As you can see, the Photoshop booted really quickly, but I think that's because I had it open before. But it's no different than Lightroom. In fact, it loads quicker. So I don't ever use filters. Here's a photo again in full 16 megabit photo that I took in Hong Kong, and I don't know, I'll find something like a distortion filter. Go. As I said, I don't do this, I just do like big corrections. As you can see, as soon as I press the button, pretty much the photo's been rendered. And same, it's by adding filters. For adjustment filters, it's really quick. Again, same performance as in Lightroom. Now granted, if you had a really complex photo of many layers and so on, it would probably be after some point a different story, but if you're working like me, it works really well. As you can see, zooming around, panning around the image. It has no big lag. So we're left to export it, and I'm going to do a quick PNG export. No, just put it on desktop here so I can delete it easily. Again, as soon as I press, it's pretty much done. It's quick. It's really snappy. Right. So let's get out of Photoshop and let's do the last bit. Now the last bit is actually importing photos from the camera. This is my trusted XE1. And of course I want to have just one dongle. So I'm going to actually do something silly. I'm going to, and for now I only have the expensive MacBook dongle. So it's a USB-C to USB female. And I'm going to actually use that to connect my usual cable for exporting from the camera. So I don't want to buy a dongle just for the SD card. There's no point in my view. It's easier if I just have one set of things. So there we go. Now we're going to boot up Lightroom for the second time. So you'll see there's a big difference in terms of how fast it loads. And it's 5 seconds. And we're turning the camera on. And Lightroom is going to start the import script. Of course, if I did, this is a new machine. I still haven't switched off the photos to load automatically. So I just snapped 5 photos before this, and just random photos of the desk, and let's see how long it takes to import them. So again, 60 megapixel raw files, 5 of them randomly shot. Please do not judge on artistic credentials. So 17 seconds for import, and now it's building smart previews. So for sure you cannot count on immediately importing and starting. You will have to have a little bit of a break. With 5 photos, again it's like the export, count about 9 seconds per image. And yes, that does take a little bit longer when you have 200 images loaded, but then again, my volume of work means that I don't load hundreds and hundreds of images every day. I load, I don't know, between 5 and 100, 200 a week. So to me, that performance isn't a problem. Now, of course, it would be great if it was all instant, but you can't have it all. And there we go. The smart previews are built, and you can see that again, browsing between them, going between them, it's very quick. And that's it, pretty much. So, thank you.